and at Instagram at the same time, because, you know, I want to make things as complex as possible. So we're going live on the screen, and we're going to be live here, and I'm going to try out OBS as well, just to see if we can't get that going. So if you've seen this before, let me know in the comments. That would be great. I'm just switching between devices here. This is a tripod. So the GorillaPod is the pod that, or the tripod most bloggers and YouTubers use. And what Pat and Caleb did was they came up with a new solution. Now I'm going to be switching between cameras here because I actually have the YouTube camera up here and then the Instagram camera down here. And then my feed up there. So if you've ever seen the GorillaPod, it is a articulated tripod where you can move the legs and wrap them around. This here will give you a little more stable, well, actually a lot more stable tripod experience, and also if you're holding it at arm's length. So I'm going to, on YouTube anyways, show you the website, and on Instagram, if you want to find out more about it, it is SwitchPod.co, and they have a website, and on the website they give a really great description of it, and they introduce it, talk about some of the features, and you can actually buy it through the website right now. It is also in lots of the online retailers like B&H. I got mine through the Kickstarter. So let's get started. So this box, first impressions, it's not as tall as I imagined, which is good because then it's going to be fairly compact and easy to travel with. One of the reasons why I haven't unpacked it at this point is I'm getting ready to go to PLF Live, and I've just been busy preparing for that. So I wanted to make sure that I unboxed it before I did the trip, because I'm going to be taking it with me, and I'm going to blog and podcast my experience. And I'm going to switch between cameras again. Sorry, I apologize there. So let's get started. So like I said, it's not as tall, I guess you would say, as I expected. I like the packaging. I really like that gold and yellow color. Box is sturdy, and on the front it's got the SwitchPod, and on the back it's got a couple of use cases and description of what you can do with it. So, it opens up, and there we go. Made by creators for creators. Like I said, the box is fairly hefty and it's solid, and it's packed in here in this foam with like felt cover. Really nice presentation. Good job, Pat and Caleb. And I'm gonna open it up here, and it's packed in there tight, which is good because that means it's not going to get damaged during shipping. And I'm just going to close that up and set that off to the side here. So this is the SwitchPod. It's light. Wow, it's really light. I expected it a little heavier than that, being aluminum. And it opens up. So everything that I've read you should be able to, with a little bit of practice, open it up with one hand and then close it up. You can get some good distance in between you and the camera. I've brought a couple cameras with me. Hey, Reagan. So this, again, is used for blogging and creating videos. It's a tripod. So it's got the mounting screw that you connect on the top. It's got a twist there so that you can connect it to the camera. So I've got my Nikon here. We'll try this out. So I'm going to just connect it up. And I'm going to use it in selfie mode. Give that a try. Oh, it's sturdy. I don't think I have a card in here, but I'll give this a try. And I'll just turn on the viewfinder. So you can see it does a pretty good job keeping arm's length. I'm still pretty self-conscious about filming in public, so I don't know if I would be using my Nikon. You definitely gain some strength in your upper arms there after a few hours a few minutes of using it. You can definitely feel it in the shoulder, but I mean, that's the weight of the camera, not the tripod itself. So that's pretty sturdy. And that opened up pretty quick. So I'm just changing the YouTube camera. So there you go. And then it just closes up like that. I think I'd lose the strap on the Nikon if I were using this. And it just opens up like that. That's pretty cool. It's solid. You can sure tell it's solid. So that's the Nikon. And let's try the GoPro. Because I think that'll probably be the camera that I use the most with it. I actually really like my GoPro cameras. The Nikon's good, but again, if you're a little self-conscious, it's pretty obvious what you're doing. Mind you, when you're using the GoPro, it's pretty obvious to what you're doing as well. So I'm just going to turn on the GoPro. And you can see there that, again, a good length. I can see quite a bit of myself. So they must have done quite a few iterations of the SwitchPod just to make sure that they got the length correct. You can feel a little bit in the shoulders. I don't know if I would want to, walk for an hour with it out this way, but that would be the same for any GorillaPod. After a little while, your arm would get sore. Again, it unfolds very quickly. I can fold it up. And just to switch the camera around, tighten that up a little bit. So then you can use it that way. Now there are some threaded holes there so that you can connect other devices, like say a microphone, and it looks like it's threaded the same as a camera thread. So there's two of them there. There's one there and one there, and then this one is just a regular hole. But with a couple of tie straps, you can pretty much mount anything you want. I really like the fact that we've got this space in between here. It's probably meant to reduce the weight of it, but you could, with a couple of tie straps, strap pretty much anything down there. And then they've got their SwitchPod logo. So again, the website is SwitchPod.co. You can get it there. I got mine on a Kickstarter. Took a little while to get it shipped. But again, that was because of the Kickstarter. They had to manufacture them and get them shipped out. And being in Canada, it takes a little while too for me to get it. Well, I'm excited to try this out. Thanks for jumping on here on Instagram with me and on YouTube. And if you're not subscribed to the channel, please do. Or if you're not following me on Instagram, please do. I'm going to be taking this with me to PLF Live in Phoenix this week. And I'm excited to blog and podcast with it. And I'm going to practice using the one hand open. There you go. All right. Have a good Sunday. We'll see you later, YouTube.